we should just bring him in here, man. We've got
Let's
Shin
go.
with us today. Let's
Hi.
go, Shin.
Hi guys, you hear me?
What's going on, man? Welcome. Thank you for coming to the show today.
Yeah, thanks for the invitation. You hear me well? It's a first time like streaming like this. So
No,
Yeah,
we
you
hear you
sound
well, loud and clear.
Great.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you again, Firestone. How's everything going?
Everything is going well.
Yeah.
We are very excited to talk to you.
We're very excited too.
We as Dexalot are very interested in new, cool, innovative ideas. I have to say, Cyberstella is one of those ideas that we as a team haven't really had a lot of experience in, and super excited to talk to you today.
Definitely.
Thank you. Likewise.
Yeah, so Jimmy, should we start? Should we start grilling Shin here?
We usually start at the start. Shin, if you wouldn't mind, since this is your first time on our show, if you wouldn't mind giving us a little background on yourself and, how you came to be involved with Cyberstella and just kind of, how it all came to be, man. We'd love to hear the story.
Okay, sure. So my name is Shin. So I was born and raised in Japan, and then just like every other Japanese, I was born to be comic lovers and anime lovers as well. So I just been watching like those like anime and manga series for my lifetime, and the builder of Cyberstella is called the company called Murasaki. So the background of Murasaki is Web2 game builders. So we've been building mobile games for more than 15 years. We're actually, I think you guys are familiar with the company called Gree. So Avalanche has a partnership with the company called Gree. It's a Japanese gaming giant.
Yep.
So our founders, we are a group of founders. So my co-founder founded a company called PokeRabble. So PokeRabble is acquired by Gree, 10 years ago. So all the major games in Gree were actually generated by PokeRabble. So we're actually like brothers with Gree.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, so that's our background. Yeah.
Nice.
How did you end up in crypto? Like, how did you decide to pivot into a Web 2 to Web 3 sort of journey?
So yeah, after I've been a serial entrepreneur myself. Before Murasaki, I was working in a football club, like soccer club in Belgium.
Nice.
Right. And because of the COVID,
which one? Which club?
Oh, it's called centralized. It's a pretty minor one,
Okay.
But some good American players are there as well, But just because of the COVID, there's no a revenue stream coming out from audience. So it's a special thing about Belgium. There's no foreign players limitation. So you can have as many foreign players as possible. Even though they are not Belgian. So we have players from 14 different countries. So I came up with the idea to issue fun token to let those people, like international people, pay and play with interact with the players. So we did a live streaming show for international a streaming. Also we have, for example, players for example, the one guy from Haichi, he's called Haitian Messi, right? And then there's one guy called a Vietnamese Messi, and
nice.
we also had a Korean Messi. So we almost had all the Messis in the world except for real one, right? So that's why they're really popular, and then their Instagram followers are more than our followers, So that's why we're reaching out those people and then issue crypto to interact with them, and then just give you a live streaming show. That was the first experience for me. To get into crypto. So I've been working in here more than 5 years, but that's how, yeah. And then crypto is just because more interested in I'm more interested in crypto than football, soccer itself. So that's why I just get into the business. So that's kind of context. Yeah.
That's a pretty funny story. So just so we understand and make sure our audience understands. So Murasaki is the company that's building the Cyberstella project. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Amazing. Okay.
Awesome.
So, why don't we start with the $1 million question? So what is Cyberstella? I took a good look. Obviously, we've been talking for a while, but I think, our audience needs to hear it from you.
Okay, so Cyberstella is all about the so like you can be a producer of the characters in the ecosystem, and then you can build the game environment itself around your character, and also you can join our comic book series as well. Can I show you a couple of examples?
Please.
Of course. Please.
Yeah. So share screen.
Yep.
Share screen.
It just is under present.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it. There we go.
Here we go. So yeah, here's a little Dexalot character right here. So so here's the examples of the comic book series that we have.
Oh,
so we have
sick.
like 6 series in total. So with your NFT character, you can name them. You can set a backstory as well. And then with this, we pick the best stories out of it, and then just ask the professional artist to create the comic books for you and your friends as well. So you can have the option to like apply for the comic book series with your friends or with your guilds or with your community to be applied. So some of the gaming guilds, for example, are applying as a guild. So there's a space, Cyberstella is all about space opera, and I'm describing what's happening in 200 years, right?
Okay.
So it's 2222, right? So in 200 years, even your guild still survives, and then surviving as a major organization to conquer the world and those kind of things. And then people post it like that. So we are building the stories based on that. So actually, your storyline will become our major stream, and then it's published and it's distributed to major platforms like a live manga or webtoon or Picoma, through our partners. So
can I ask a couple of questions actually? So first and foremost, extremely unique in the sense that you as a participant in this ecosystem, I'm going to call it, you create, or you have the opportunity to create your own story, right? You create your character, and then you mentioned there are professional artists that you work with to, once the story is published, you guys pick it, and then you create a storyline and the actual art at the back of it, right? Is that correct?
That's correct.
Awesome. And then is there a way where I can sort of see this as, if I'm an artist, because I'm just looking at it from the NFT art perspective, all that we truly have seen is artists produce a series, a collection, whatever, and then they sell it and they make money. That's kind of 99.9% of the NFT scene. Can we actually view Cyberstella as sort of a gamified version of that, where you as an artist can be responsible for the art as well as the story, as well as the game and your community? It's a much more immersive experience. Is that a good way to look at it?
Yeah. I mean, you can choose the job, within the ecosystem. So you could be scenario writer, for example, and you could be like a character designer. You could be like artist itself to describe those manga series as well. So you could be editor too, right?
Wow.
Yeah. So like STO token that we are going to be listed on Dexalot will be used to distribute those rewards to like each of these people that's contributed to making a series of the comic books. So like even if you're good at scenario writing, but you're not good at the outside, you can ask someone else to work on the outside. So that's how it works.
Wow. Okay. This is a very, very cool concept. So it's essentially, think of it this way, right? Like it's a platform for like-minded people to come together and create a game, a manga series by, helping each other, right? And it's funny you say that, and this is still true to this day. I can't read as many comics anymore, but especially when I was a kid, I hated the fact that I had to wait a certain amount of time for for the next issue to come out. I literally hated it. I was a big Batman fan. I would read like a lot of Marvel, etc. And like I hated. I didn't want to wait, right? I wanted to, get it as soon as possible. I guess this is one sort of change in the sense that you can control your own destiny. Very cool stuff.
Yes. Man. Well, you would hate being a Berserk fan, Firestorm, because they're still not finished with that one. So
amazing. Anyway. So, I know there is the concept of crew. Can you walk us through how me as an individual, I would get to create a crew?
Right. So those are examples. So like with the different rarities. So when you have the base character like her, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can train her through the gameplay. So you can earn some experience, you can earn some parts and equipable items and accessories, and eventually you can increase the rarity out of STL that you can buy on Dexalot as well. You can make it look like this, and then it's even better to look into apply for like comic book characters, and also it's just it's just looking good. So you can make it look good, and also like those this is evolving from common to rare, so you can earn more assets in the game as well with a different with a higher rarity.
So this is a pre-established character that we're looking at right now?
That's right.
Okay.
On the left is the base.
On the left is the base, yes.
Yep.
And then you level it up through the game to get to the right side. Okay.
That's right.
Yeah.
Very cool. And are all the base characters provided by the project, or are people able to create a base character of their own? My understanding is that they can create it, right?
Yeah, you can create the base characters, with a feature called scouting. So, like generally in GameFi, it's called breeding, but it sounds strange because we have different classes like Android or Beast, right?
Sure.
You can't just breed with Android and like Beast. So that's why we call
Not
it
yet.
scouting.
Probably.
Yeah. Maybe like not more than perception, but so that's why it's called scouting. So the concept is like two characters going to different planets to scout someone to be on your crew. So you can generate your base character as well, and you can start making it look better as well.
Oh man, this is also great.
Could you talk about your favorite storyline that's been created so far? Because I think to contextualize it for our audience, it would be amazing to hear an example or see an example, right? Or if there's a place that we can show to our audience that they can go and see, that'll be great. Because again, it's so unique that it's difficult to contextualize until you play and be part of this, I think.
Of course, yeah. One of the unique things is that not only about characters, but we have wiki, and then the people posting the concept of planets or materials or regions, right? And then there's one planet called Amethyst. So these are wiki, and then you're going to be rewarded when you are registered in wiki.
Oh wow!
So yeah,
this is awesome.
So here's the Amethyst, right? And then so here's the registration. So you're going to be forever here. So in short, there's a meteor strike in Amethyst. It's a kind of planet very close to Earth environment.
Sure.
And there's a conspiracy around here, and then there are kind of couple of group of people just researching why there is a meteor strike out of nowhere. And then 100 years ago of the meteor strike, there's an android human kind of war happening in Amethyst, and the kind of expedite or the one group of radical android was rumored to attack human by meteor strike. That's kind of there's a detective
Sure.
kind of series, like going on. And then actually we have the series of it as well. So you can check our wiki, and then you can read through like those 10 pages omnibus series to like integrate the information. It's pretty like I love those kind of detective and conspiracy theory like kind of
Definitely.
things. Yeah.
So this sounds a lot like you're crossing like almost a Dungeons and Dragons with Warhammer, with comic books, anime, and NFTs.
I just thought of a book that I read, and like the book was amazing, and I wished that there was like a game type of version. Like it's a cross of a lot of things, and the book that I'm thinking of is Ready Player One.
Oh, right.
I don't know if you guys remember. I obviously read the book first, but then the movie came out, and the movie sort of condensed a lot of it. But essentially, it was about having these multiple planets where you have your real life, and you would create your virtual character, and you would level it up. There was an education planet, there was a battle planet, and like you would do a lot of things. And essentially, Cyberstella is a kind of a version of where you actually get to do that. Right.
Yes.
No longer a book. Now it's kind of a similar environment for you to expand.
Right.
Very cool.
Yeah, I love it.
All the devs and co-founders are like a real sci-fi fans. So
Same.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Like before we start creating, like I don't know if you heard of the the book called Hail Mary.
It rings a bell.
Yeah.
I bought it. I haven't read it yet. I think I have the audiobook. Hail Mary, right? You said Hail Mary?
Yeah.
Hail Mary, yeah. So, well, it's hard to explain, but
is it Andy Weir, like the guy who did The Martian?
Oh, I'm not sure. Hail Mary.
I want to say, I think
Andy Weir, yeah. Andy Weir.
Yes, okay, there you go. I literally bought it last month. Like I listen to these books now when I'm like on the treadmill or something.
Yeah.
And it was Andy Weir. I think like Martian was such a good book that
now
that I have a recommendation, I'll prioritize that book. But yeah, go ahead. Sorry. Yeah, I got excited.
No problem. Yeah. So like the Project Hail Mary, actually like we watched the Star Wars series together.
Nice.
So the first expense we spent out of the fundraising like last July was to watch Star Wars together and read Hail Mary by everybody, and I distributed. So that's a kind of like conceptual making.
All the HR departments in the world need to watch that clip and learn about what real team building is. Get together in a room, watch every episode of Star Wars, and then read the book in a condensed time frame together with your team and get in the zone.
That's right.
I hope people are taking notes right now.
Does the team have a favorite Star Wars movie? Is there can you guys agree on a favorite Star Wars movie?
Right?
I know. I'm coming in with the hot questions right now.
It's like,
well, for me it's three. For me it's three.
Return of the Jedi, or or wait, Revenge of the Sith or Return of the Jedi?
Oh no.
Return of the Jedi.
Return of the Jedi.
That was. That's like I have a hard time between that one and Empire Strikes Back. I can never choose.
It's
really hard for me. It's really hard for me to choose.
Really
They're like a tie in my mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I love it, man. I love it.
All the way, buddy.
Yes. Wait, what did you say, Firestorm?
Return of the Jedi all the way.
I'm 2 against 1 over here. I get it. Hey, listen, they're all great. They're all great. You know what I mean?
They're all great, to be fair. Like they're all great. But eventually, like we have, let's say, so back in Japan, like my father is running hot spring in a remote place. So that's why there's a small room we can pack into. Like we were 6 people to begin with, and then I call like couple of people from Tokyo and just pack in one room and then just watching together like the 6 series like consecutive days, and it's like we were like okay, we don't have any communication cost in the future, we are good to go. So we start building. So that was kind of beginning. So I think now we are we are a good team. So that's why like I feel like there was something meaningful in the beginning.
How long have you guys been building? Because you have background in Web2 as well. Like how long has the projects been in the works?
So I founded Murasaki February last year. So just been around. So we start building in May last year. So it was like 7 months to launch testnet. Yeah. Obviously, like before that, we've been working on creatives, but it's just me and my co-founder just asking someone to do some creatives, conceptual making. But we started building practically in May last year, so it's 7 months or 8 months. Yeah.
Awesome.
Gotcha. Okay, so that's a good amount of time, and like you're obviously going to list your STO token soon. Can you walk people a little bit through for the utility of the token? What does it do? How would people use to play the game, etc.?
Right. So by STO token, so the one I show on the screen. So like you can customize your crew NFTs, and not only you can customize it, and you can also, let's say, join our ecosystem to start building our storyline as well. So actually, like out of your job, the STO token will be rewarded, but you can reuse them to somebody else to work on your storyline as well. So, for example, if you're a scenario writer, right, and you're rewarded like some STL token, but like let's say 100 STL token, but you want to use 20 of them for somebody else to work on the outside of it, for example, and then you wanna spare like 10 of them, to ask somebody to edit and then just make it look better as a comic book. So these are the things you can expect.
It's actually pretty good, because normally, like in play to earn games of a bull long dead, right? The way it worked is you would press a couple buttons and you would get emissions.
Right.
Your token emissions are tied to actual production of something tangible then, right? Whether it's art or storyline or some work that helps the economy turn, right? Like the people have to do work to earn it. Is that correct, essentially?
Yeah, that's right. But if you get into real talks, right? So those type of investors will come anyway. So that's why we set the earning limit for one NFT. So every one of NFTs. So I'll show you example. So every one of NFTs you can earn, right? You can practically earn, but there's a limit. There's a concept of lifetime you can get. So one NFT has a certain limit, for earnings, right? So either you have to look at something else to spend your STL token, or this NFT is no longer just earning. So that's why you can burn this, to even increase, like the other characters' parameters as well. Or, so you can pay the cost of STL to generate another character. So
okay.
yeah, so like the biggest failure of NFT or like a so-called GameFi is probably like once you go NFT, right, you can earn your native token forever, right? So there's no concept of lifetime. So
of course, I guess it's akin to, so breeding is what increases population, but right. Then in your case there is also the end of life for the NFT's ability to earn, to control the economic aspect in that regard, right?
That's right. So
okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Do the characters die, or do they just retire? How does that play into the
story? They retire. I'm a big Clint Eastwood fan, so like I like retired, retired crew, So
that's awesome.
Yeah. So generally, so there are two things, right? So-called like a NFT differentiating mechanism. So we have like we set the limit, of earnings for one NFT. So either you can look at something else to use your NFT, and then out of utilities you can join our comic book series and just making ourselves fun, or you can burn it to generate another character.
Oh, wow.
So the number of the NFT is limited, and that's at a certain level. depends on the number of the players, coming into ecosystem. So even if the investor type of players are coming around and start earning to aim for like an inflationary mechanism, like we can still prevent that as well.
Interesting. Okay. And I guess you effectively control the base crew NFTs that can be bought from the project, right? That's another economical lever.
Yeah. So we are building in-game marketplace, right now. So it's actually the cost of cost of like scouting, generating new base is paid by SDL. So that's why even though, if you're an investor trying to make a lot of money out of it, right? But you said that you have a limit of earnings and you have to generate another character and you have to pay SDL. And how do you get it?
Of course.
You go to Dexalot and buy it, right? So
got it.
That's how it works. Yeah.
Okay. No. Like the reason why I'm asking these economy questions is anytime the topic is games and I'm excited about a game, everybody around me who are degens, they're going to ask me about the economy. And half the time I don't know enough. I really should, but I don't, because I'm looking at the game rather than the economy. And I think like
he's trying to build his character.
No, I'm trying to build my character. My character is a little, behind in understanding the game economics side, because I'm not a big like play to earn. Had its moment in the sun, and I don't know if it's going to come back in the way that it was designed. Right? You just click something every so often, and it gets you something. Right? That's why the economy and the ecosystem together working is very, like the games that we talk to nowadays are putting a lot of thought into this. And, I just wanted to make sure your thoughts are conveyed to our audience as well.
Yeah. So it's probably not a major, let's say, mainstream topic, but I can say like that those, so-called like the play to earn games, they are like the gaming user interface of DeFi, I would say. So, well, this is why like the gamers are not interested. So we only publish like 30% of what we want. And then in July, we have like a mass battle ecosystem that I can do the sneak peek a little bit.
Yeah.
Ooh, get the sound ready, Alpha Horn.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah. So
don't forget, man. We've been off our Alpha Horn game.
Yeah.
I got it. Hold on.
So like you form, the team of crews, yeah. Throughout the gameplay you train. You set the like those accessories and parts to strengthen your characters. And then here's a very simple, like a battle systems that you can enjoy. And then it's a turn deck battle, It is still like a mock, but
So is this like a turn-based battle mechanism, essentially?
Yeah, that's right. PvP, like a turn-based battle.
Oh wow.
So it's like Pokemon or Magic the Gathering, like those are conceptual concepts. Awesome, dude.
We love to see it. We love to see it. That looks great.
Yeah.
Like I know, like I played so much of those games. That's
So like that's something you can expect in July. And the reason why I'm introducing this is that trying to respond to Firestorm's like concern, right? So the biggest failure of so-called play to earn is people can expect the static income. Like you pay like $1,000 to get NFTs and you get like $20 each day.
Right.
It's just not gonna work, right?
Right.
So instead, so like we are going to design the battle system for people who wants to enjoy. And so here's the thing: like you may pay like $10 every week to join the battle, right? And then some people get like $1,000 as a reward, but most of people don't get anything, right? It's horse racing. So it's a dynamic rewarding system we are introducing to you. So it's so like this entire scheme is kind of trying to just bring this kind of things like to the new level. So the most successful, I would say, NFT gaming is something called Sorare. It's a fantasy sport, based in France, right?
Yeah, I've seen that actually.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
They generate like $250 million each year.
Wow.
But even though like their NFT price is declining since September 2021, right? So the price mechanism doesn't really matter in Sorare because their business model is dynamic rewarding, not static income model for investors. So
Of course.
yeah, so that's what we are aiming for. So this is why, this is the part of the reason why like the Dexalot would be the best kind of marketplace, because like not marketplace, but this best kind of exchanges, because it's first accurate and stable, right?
Yep.
So yeah, in order for people to trade, like they are not traders who joining our ecosystem, right? So
Yeah,
they're not
exactly.
they're not used to like big slippage,
Yes,
Yeah.
your utility for the token is, obviously not financial advice or anything like that, but ultimately it's the game currency, right?
Right.
To do stuff in the game, to acquire your crew, or to hire an artist, or to do whatever you want to do in the game because you want to play the game, is why you need this token. And essentially, this mechanism reduces the willingness to speculate on it, right? Because there is a little bit of a harder utility associated with it. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's absolutely right. Our revenue driver is not a trading, right? It's our game and product ecosystem. So we're not interested in just making money out of the like a trading or like arbitrage. So this is why I want people to trade as they want, right? So like they can buy, they can buy in a certain price and stable and fast.
And one of the biggest issues, for example, with something like Axie Infinity and even Krabata to a certain degree is, the games launched, right? They were very early to their respective markets, and the prices shot up because there was a lot of excitement. It was the bull market, yada, yada, yada. Right. And the price increased so quickly because of speculation that it locked out a lot of people from playing the game.
Indeed.
Right? And then, the crash that followed those massive amounts of success was, just as spectacular as the climbs also, right? The projects are still being built, but like it's difficult to sustain a community when you're subject to that level of volatility. So in that sense, hopefully your product, your game, your storyline, your art, all the things that you're building are gonna, make it a little bit of a different experience than that.
Yeah,
definitely.
Hopefully, yeah, as well.
For sure.
Yeah.
So I guess what is the, as a person who hasn't played the game, what is the first thing one should do to start learning about the game and playing the game?
Right. So I don't think like anyone should immediately buy an NFT. Like, I think, like people should learn about the ecosystem first. So I think it's best to like join our Discord to create the like, feel the atmosphere out of it, atmosphere of the community, and then learn about the games, like when people are ready, so they can buy NFT. Right now it's Tofu NFT. We are top of the Avalanche volume. So right now you can buy our NFT on Tofu NFT. So once you're convinced, joining our Discord, and then you can start playing by buying our NFTs. So there are like tons of materials that you can refer to in English or other languages as well. So you can learn about our ecosystem first.
Understood. And you said the battle game is in June, July timeframe. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. June or July. Yeah.
And is there a concept of the full game being available, or is it just going to be continuous new features as a part of your roadmap? Is there a roadmap that we can refer people to?
So right now we are updating roadmap. So yeah, just in my head, like there's so we definitely are going to release the battle in July, but before that there are a couple of like updates. So there are continuously updates even after battle. So like one of the major things we can we can think of is like clan battle, right? So as a guild, you can form a guild or clan within Cyberstella, and then you ship the best crew, to your clan. and then let them play, and then maybe if you're lucky enough, you can get like some rewards out of it, and then those distributions are easy because it's smart contracts. So those kind of things will be expected this year. But first, we need to publish the battle system, which we are working on right now.
Awesome. Awesome, dude. That all sounds great. I mean, we shared the links already.
Yes.
I'm hoping that these videos, we'll obviously put it on YouTube. Super excited, man. I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah,
it's so different and unique that I can comfortably say that I'll be spending some time playing this game.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm a big comic book and anime head, so it's like right up my alley. You know what I mean? So any comic book or anime heads in the chat, get involved with Cyberstella, guys, because this is going to be your thing. And speaking of that, chat, if you guys have any questions for Shin while he's here, please feel free to ask. I have a couple before we let you go, Shin. First of all, can we have you come back maybe when we have the PvP mode activated, and maybe see more about that, because I think that'd be really sick.
Of course.
And I know our chat would love to see it. So thank you so much. That's great. The second thing is we do play a little bit of music at the end of the show, and I have to get a music request from all our guests. I see a controller back there. I don't know if you do a little bit of DJing yourself.
Is that an ad track? What is that? What is that?
It's a controller.
It's Tractor.
It's a Tractor.
DJ,
okay, yeah.
It's a DJ controller. Yes.
Yeah. I still use turntables. I'm a old school guy, but our CMO was a big Tractor user. So Jonathan Ackerman, you guys can talk about Tractor together. But I'd love to get a song request from you, because we're going to play some music at the end of the show. So if you got anything you want to hear, we can get anything you want.
Okay, so can I request Barry Can't Swim, Long Labor? I'll post it in the private chat.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah, Barry Can't Swim.
Barry Can't Swim. Yeah, okay. We're gonna get that. Our producer John in Istanbul is gonna get that for us, and I'll mix it in for you real nice. It'll be great.
Great.
But this has been awesome. Shin, thank you so much for coming to the show and breaking down all the finer points of Cyberstella. We're really excited to list the STL token on Dexalot. It's coming on the 26th, right? 26th of this month?
Yeah, that's right.
Awesome. Wow, awesome. That's our CMO just gave you an awesome, he just said awesome request. Vibey House. We'd love to see it. Yeah, we're a bunch of DJ heads over here. We're a bunch of music heads too. So.
Listen,
you like some Vibey House, Firestorm?
This is the show where the vibe is always right. That's kind of how I look at it in terms of.
We try to get the vibe right. That's something we strive for here at Dexalot. But I'm just happy we got to talk about Star Wars a little bit. That always makes my day. You know what I mean? So.
I mean, we can talk about it for next 3 hours, but
I just want to join the next time. I just want to join the next time you guys are doing team building.
Yeah, seriously. Invite us to the next.
No team has offered to watch Star Wars with me or Lord of the Rings. Right? I'm fine.
And I don't know if
any of those long storylines. So.
If you've got any From Software fans on the team, I'm a big Elden Ring and Bloodborne guy, so maybe we'll do some co-op one of these days.
Okay, so that might be my co-founder. He's been, yeah. Oh wow. The maybe we can do another fun session, but let's just keep it a separate channel.
Let's do it. I love it. Real Shin, this was awesome, guys. Make sure you keep up with Cyberstella. We're gonna have tons of news coming out about the listing. We're gonna have more about how to play the game. We've got Medium articles. Cyberstella is going to have a ton of content, ton of information coming for you guys. And Shin, this was awesome. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Great speaking to you.
Yes, nice meeting you. And thank you for
as always
joining us in the CLOB. And we'll see you again real soon, I'm sure.
Thanks a lot.
I got your request coming up. Thank you, Shin.
Thank you.
Peace.